We continue our stroll down Not All Realized Gains and Losses Are Recognized lane with video T8C, Unrelated Party Losses. I'm trying to get this one done in less than 140 characters. We spoke about the idea of arm's length transactions way back in Module 1. We mentioned then that related party transactions, those not at arm's length, were often subject to greater scrutiny. Sometimes scrutiny alone is not enough, and this is one of those cases. Since we've been working with Donald in the last video, let's keep going. In this case, he owns 100 shares of stock in MySpace, which I believe remains the most popular social networking site on the web. Unfortunately, despite its popularity, the stock that Donald bought for $100 is now worth only $2 per share. Donald is aware he is sitting on a large unrealized loss that he would like to recognize in order to lower his tax burden. However, Donald also feels that MySpace is the best social media site on earth. It's great. Ask anyone. He's looking for a way to have his cake and eat it too, so he decides to sell his MySpace stock to his wholly owned subsidiary, Trump Corp. He's not trying to cheat and sells it for the current market value of $2 per share, and thus hopes to recognize the $800 loss. Unfortunately, Code Section 276 disallows the recognition of losses on sales to related parties. However, if the related party ultimately sells to a third party, a gain or loss can be recognized, and in some instances, part of Donald's loss can also be recognized. Let's look at 3 scenarios. In the first scenario, Trump Corp sells the MySpace stock to an unrelated party for $1,200. First, let's capture Donald's sale. As we mentioned on the last slide, his amount realized is $200. His adjusted basis is $1,000, resulting in a realized loss of $800. However, his recognized loss is 0 because of the deferral under the related party rules. Now, when Trump Corp sells the stock for $1,200, it realizes a gain of $1,000. The $1,200 amount realized less the $200 adjusted basis. Trump Corp is permitted to recapture Donald's loss against its gain, and therefore recognizes a gain of only $200. When you think about it, that makes sense. If Donald had sold the stock directly to a third party for $1,200, that's precisely the gain he would have recognized. In the second scenario, Trump Corp sells the stock for $800. Nothing changes with Donald's sale. Same realized and deferred loss of $800. Trump Corp now realizes a gain of $600. Under the related party rules, Trump cannot recapture any more of Donald's loss than the realized gain it generated. So Trump will recapture only $600 of Donald's loss, and thus recognize no gain on the sale to the third party. Donald's remaining deferred loss of $200, it just evaporates forever. In our third scenario, Trump Corp sells the stock for only $100. Again, nothing changes for Donald. Trump now has a realized loss of $100. Since there is no gain to recapture any of Donald's loss, it evaporates, and Trump has a recognized loss of $100. Was that more than 140 characters? No, okay. Maybe a few more. But it was pretty quick. And video T8C is over. Thanks for watching.